We are live. Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about video editing and solutions, vibe coding solutions for video editing. And in particular, the problem that we're trying to solve here that I think I've solved, and actually I want to show you. But the problem basically is so many gigabytes. I have the solution here. It's a very nice solution. It's adorable. But to understand why it's useful, all of this stuff, we have to go over the problem first. So here's the reality of video editing as somebody who has edited video before. You will record easily like 3 hours only to get a usable 10 minutes. What ends up happening is it's just you spend so much time on just organization and putting everything together. And it's slow. It's a very slow process. Now, if you want to win on YouTube, there needs to be some amount of volume. So that's kind of one of the main problems. But then also, when it comes to when it comes to editing video for somebody who's in another country, now you have to transfer. You have the transfer problem as well. In my case specifically, what I want to do is I want my video editor to have all three types of video. There's three types of video for this format, the live stream. One is this, just pure camera, no display, nothing. Two is this, the screen share, without the zoom, by the way. So I have like I have this button here, like a little, the stream deck thing, right? And then I can click the buttons and then it does stuff. It'll do transitions. It's fun. But for him to edit, he needs an unobstructed view of the entire screen without any of this zoom, right? Goes to the mouse zoom. And then also without this, like you see this little me at the bottom. So that's a separate video type. That's two. And three, of course, for context, all of this, like both with me jumping around, so that it makes sense what I'm doing. Like what I'm talking about now is, look, I'm down here. I'm up here now. I'm down here now. So if I just say those things and he has those two videos without the actual live stream, then it doesn't make sense. You can lose some context. Obviously, you can always just go to YouTube and find that, but then that's slow as well. So might as well just give him a full version of this. But here's the problem with these three types of videos when they are literally up to 3 hours long, sometimes even more. Gigabytes on gigabytes on gigabytes. And I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean by gigabytes. So I've already set it up so that whenever I do a live stream, it will record to a folder, as well as publishing to YouTube. Okay, and so this is an example. This is yesterday's stream, 32.2 gigabytes. The day before yesterday was a little more, I think 37.8 gigabytes, which introduces another problem, which is the reality of coding in general. Is basically you solve a problem to create a new problem, right? So what am I going to do? Send all this to him? No. You can use FFmpeg to cut on all of these massive video services. Use that as the encoder. So whenever you use DaVinci, Premiere Pro, if you watch videos on Netflix, just think any video, chances are they're using that encoder, FFmpeg. And what it does really, and we'll look into that because I'm not entirely sure how it works, but basically it does everything for video. If you wanted to cut the video, if you wanted to, I don't know, convert it to another format, the video, and it has all these different formats that you can use, which means it's completely flexible. You can do whatever you want with it. And so all I want really is to make it possible for my video editor to watch the YouTube video based on the timestamps, decide I want to clip only this part, click a couple buttons, and then get only this part that he's thinking of. But that's not enough, because I also want him to be able to scrape, basically look for all the moments that Yusuf said vibe coding, for example, and then he can make a compilation video of, me with, those effects, like effects videos of me like vibe coding, vibe coding, vibe coding, vibe coding, different clothes. Like you can get creative with it. But that type of creativity would take so much effort if you didn't have a tool that automatically can compile all of those clips. Automatically, you click a button, can download only all of those clips and just put them on your. It's not a. Is it a digital audio workshop? Is for audio. Probably a word for it. But the video editing platform. That workshop basically, he's using DaVinci. So those are the kind of the problems and some of the solutions I'll talk about today. And some of the solutions I completely delegated over to AI. It solved them, and I'm still learning them. Like, for example, Railway. Railway is a container, and what it is, it's a hosting service. This is my understanding. Just kind of like Vercel. Vercel's easy. You use it, you don't know what it is. But Railway is a container, and then it can have persistent programs. What does that mean? As far as I'm concerned right now, it just means that it can continue to go on versus with Vercel, where it just gets pinged and then it pings back. And for some reason, you kind of need it to continue to go on for it to go directly from my file, the one I just showed you, to his computer, basically my server to his server. If anyone's watching this video and you see that or you hear me saying something wrong, please leave it in the chat or leave it in the comments of this video and tell me, no, this is what it actually is. But I'm using it and I'm not even entirely sure how it's being used, but I've secured it. It's good. We can hack. Hacking used to mean that, apparently. Like, hacker isn't somebody who goes in and finds vulnerabilities and those sorts of things. Hacker is just like you hack away at the keyboard until it's done. I hacked this into existence, okay? And it works, and I'll show it to you now. And I think that for any video editor, this is a massive, massive upgrade to whatever their workflow is, even if it's not like live streams and stuff like this. So, using YouTube APIs from the Google console and all that stuff, what you get is pretty detailed information about your video and read and write controls, which basically means you can adjust videos, you can change things. So over here, we got some tabs, you can see, and the libraries that I have already. You have shorts, videos, live, ready live, and I've set it up such that it only shows me the currently public videos. Now, if you watch the previous stream, you'll see that I actually made a lot of my videos private because I switched strategies, YouTube strategies. 404, you're literally always here first. Thank you. Alaikum salam. So I'm just, if I click on private, and then you'll see, go back to over here, I get access to all my videos. And most of them aren't on the file like I showed you with the 3 types. But if I go over to shorts, for example, I have all these shorts, these previous shorts. And don't worry about this for now, that little window. But here's all my shorts. I can change things, I can edit things, I can move things around. There's so many options, really. And the same is true, obviously, for the other video types. So I can click, for example, open over here. I'll click on that and zoom out a little. Oh, I zoomed in instead of out. And you can see it opens it for me. Now, because it's private, it's not really... Oh, is it working? No, it's not. It's private. I can click the edit button. That was the one right next to it on whichever one. And it opens up all my options. And I have a bunch of tabs. So what I'll do is I'll bring the tabs down. And you kind of get it, right? There's basic visibility, make it private, whatever, audience language, distribution. So you can choose licensing, add licenses, those sorts of things. You have monetization controls even. You have some advanced features for captions, at the end screen even. Like, this goes deep. And the same applies, like I said, for every single one of them. these types. Let me check on the chat. I published my portfolio today. What portfolio? Send it. Let me finish this little explanation, and then I'll go ahead and check on your portfolio. Is it like a CV or resume or something? We'll go give you critical feedback on it. So send it. Actually, send it in a bit so that it stays and I don't have to scroll up. But yeah, I want to see your portfolio. You're definitely good at networking. You should include networking in there. But okay, let's get back to this. And then obviously you have some options like upload, right? You can upload a new video, edit. Basically, you have almost full control that you would have on YouTube here. But more importantly, going back to the video editor's situation, you have this section here, transcript. Now, when I click on transcript, it works immediately with no failure. Come on, this is embarrassing. Oh wait, because I have it set to private. Hold on, I'll go on public. Okay, there we go. That was my bad situation. Okay, so here we have all these videos, and these are the videos that are public right now. And there's an analysis that happens. So right now it's all on checking and coming soon. And what I'll do is I'll just Control Shift R, see how that works. Oh, is it my internet? I'll click on your portfolio to see if it's my internet that messed up. No, it's not my internet. Of course, as soon as I go live, it stops working, literally for the first time. Let me go back to it. What I'm going to show you is the transcripts feature. Here it's connecting. Okay, it's connected. And now if I go to transcripts, it should actually just analyze. Okay, there we go. For some reason it stopped working and then it started working again. So you have the option to click on the analyze button. And so this one's already analyzed. I'll just use that one. When I click on it, it gives me the transcript. Every single thing that I've said gets recorded using Whisper. And then you have little summaries, little summarized versions of, or little stories, basically. It takes, like when you go on a live stream, exactly what's happening here. Like pretty soon, once I'm a little done, I'll go over the portfolio, right? And so that's its own chapter. It's going to be its own chapter. So that gets kind of put into its own little chapter. It gets color coded so the video editor can immediately see this is a section, this is a section, this is a section. And then he can go ahead and based on whatever section he finds interesting, because he's clipping, right? Chat banter and the 07 salute. That's basically somebody put 07 in the chat. And I was like, what does that even mean? 08 to you. I didn't know what that meant. And then he told me 07. If you don't know what that means, it means this. Because there's the head and then the 7 is like your arm and it's like, that's 07. Now we know. So if you wanted to make that into a clip, you could just go click on it. And then when he clicks on it, it goes over to that section and there's highlighting. So you can highlight whichever parts you want. So you can highlight all of this and download just that part. But more importantly, if you're going to be a video editor, you need to actually watch that video. So you can literally just go and click. There's a number of ways to do it, but you have like preview to watch the video, open it on YouTube where it goes automatically to the timestamp. If I click on the play button, it's supposed to play on the correct timestamp, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's try. It did not. No. All right, I have to click on preview. Preview.
Okay.
All right,
It's done.
preview took us there.
Let's actually read the
Yeah, so basically he can highlight something, click on preview, go exactly to that timestamp, watch it, decide whether or not he wants to download it or not. And then also you can open it up on YouTube directly. Maybe you want to have multiple tabs open, pause in those sections, right? But the most important one, get the 3 clips on command, FFmpeg, lifesaver. We'll go on my computer, cut it up, and then just send that section. And now he goes from having to download nearly 40 gigabytes to just like probably a couple hundred megabytes. And he has only the clips that he wants. So this is a game changer in terms of speed, what he can actually do. And yeah, there's a couple things that I did and I took it way too far, and we'll come back to this. But that's the main feature. That's the main feature. You can highlight. You can highlight everything. You can highlight sections, whatever you want. But then yesterday I just got excited. Obviously, you have some other not that important features. You can upload thumbnails. You can add notes. Those sorts of things. But after I go over the portfolio and we come back to this, unless you guys suggest something else to do, and we continue to get distracted, I'll show you this cute little chimp over here, which is a full-blown operator. You can say things. I'll show you the sorts of things you can say. But basically, I can say really quick. I'll show you. Take me to the most recent ready live video. Please work. Oh. Oh, I ran out of open router credits. I've been spamming it hard recently. I will come back to this, but basically it works. And then there's another thing called the playground, which is epic, to say the least, where it has full control. Basically, this is what we'll play with later. It can write code. It can literally write code for you, organize things, do mood boards, those sorts of things. Oh, we got some chats. Using my portfolio to check internet. All right, I'll use your portfolio to check your portfolio now. Let's do this. I have 2 instances of it. Oh, this is the mouse. I like back when websites were creative like this. So this platform is kind of like managing your entire YouTube videos. Pretty much, yes. It's first and foremost, it's cut time and make it easy for my video editor to get the footage that he needs. And the reason I know that this is such an annoying thing to do is because I like video. Like this camera, you can see it's like a pretty good camera, right? I have all this stuff. I've made a lot of videos. I love video. But I hate dealing with so much footage, especially when it's like 4K and you want like high quality. This is 4K downscaled to 1080p. That's why it looks like so sharp, even though it's just 1080p. I love video. I'm using S-Log, Rec 719 conversion. I have my, like I did the color grade, everything. Long story short, that's the fun stuff. But the gigabytes of data where you're sitting there trying to organize things, find that one clip is just so annoying. So that first and foremost, that's a solution for this. But then might as well add a whole bunch of features to it. Hi, Lego. Lego Geek, look at my portfolio too. Okay, I'll look at both of your portfolios. We'll start with 404 because he was first. Why is your Chrome so zoomed out? Is it? I mean, the screen's kind of big, so it works when it's zoomed out like that. But then it causes the problem of nobody can see anything, which is why I added this zoom. Which is why when you watch my video, you probably get dizzy. I made it slow, like to follow, because if I make it fast, it's just horrible. Then when I move the mouse too fast, it goes out of frame like this. And then it takes time to come back to it, which is problems. Anyway, let's focus on this portfolio here. Hi, I'm J35. J35 at core. Who am I? Software developer. I build tools that stay useful. Nice. Going timeless with it. Send Lego Geek, send your portfolio. We'll do a cross-comparison analysis. We'll see who's better. I'll be honest. I will be honest. I'll give you both a real criticism. All right. View work. Okay, it's an anchor link. Got the email. Okay. About I make the tools I wish already existed. Me too. Me too. I do that too. Then keep poking them until they behave. TypeScript backend and awkward layer in between. If it only works in demo, it's not done. I 100% agree. Genie, Pulse, Proto. So you made Genie a desk pet that runs the machine so you can pretend you are in charge. Pulse is a social app built the long way on purpose. I don't know what that means. An AI surface for shipping software. So for anyone who's just joining, we're reviewing a portfolio of a software developer who knows his stuff because he's been around and he says things, and he told me about Railway, and Railway made it possible for me to make my video editor's life 10 times easier. So thank you. So you definitely know your stuff. You're definitely qualified. But is your portfolio reflective of your qualification? Do you come off friendly? Or do you come off mean? Like one of those programmers who just doesn't want to talk to anyone about anything ever and just says, "Oh, you don't know anything." That's a real that's a real type. Anyway. Tools and games, Genie, Pulse, Taha Core, Genie, Thumb, Tip Tap, Billy 2D. So this is your work. You got repos, you got live and repo. That's nice. Stack. So this is your tech stack. This is what you use basically. That's nice. I like this is a cute little thing that shows everything like useful. Rebuilding YouTube Studio. Yes, but focusing more on we'll get to that after these portfolios. You'll see the exact reason why it's actually useful. And the one feature I'll hint at it now is bulk download, because you can use the little chat VidChimp chat interface to say compile all the videos or clips of Yusuf saying, "Oh my God." And so then you just get a checklist of every single time that I said, "Oh my God." And then all those videos get played one by one. And then once again, the video editor, fully automated, doesn't have to download everything at the same time, can click a button, he gets all of them. And they're just ready for him. And he can just throw them into the video editor of his choice, which is DaVinci. And half the work is done. All that work with like clipping and cutting completely disappeared. Plus, he doesn't even need to download all of my gigabytes. Probably it'll be hundreds of gigabytes. Actually, thousands of gigabytes of data. Terabytes. We're talking terabytes. Just to find every single one of those clips, and he'll miss some if he was a human. I mean, he is a human. You get the point, right? These sorts of things can be fully automated because of AI, large language models, agentic engineering. Engineering. I'm an engineer. Where do I send? 404. Can you help with that? How does he send it? Or can you type it and I'll just type it with the .com? So just send it without the .com. Is it a PDF or something? If you can see the link, fine. If you can't, then I send on LinkedIn. That's right, I have it on LinkedIn. Rebuilding YouTube Studio. I already read that. We can't see your link here. All right. Send it on LinkedIn. Yusuf, see LinkedIn. Okay. All right, I'll check LinkedIn. Yeah, can you do that? That would be easier. I don't have to log in and stuff. All right, meanwhile, let's go over this. Because I noticed that down here, you got some sections. This is a little nav bar. Oh, dark mode and light mode. Okay, let's see it. Is it gonna hurt my eyes? It's not. It's not gonna hurt my eyes. Not too bright. Good job. Good job. This is why everyone hates light mode, because you go to light mode and it's like, right? And then you get glasses, blue light glasses, and then you kind of feel insecure because it's weird. I don't wear glasses. Am I being fake if I look like this? Like, I don't want to wear them, but I do because if I sit here for 8 hours staring at the screen, my left eye only, I don't know why, starts to kind of hurt. But if I have this on, I can do the same 8 hours and doesn't hurt. It just doesn't hurt at all. And so I wear it sometimes. So good job, honestly, good job with the light mode. Plus, I really like the texture. I'm clicking on these buttons. Home, about. Oh, those are also anchor links. Or like an interactive show you things. Hey, this one doesn't work when I click it. I don't know, man. I don't know. These ones don't do anything. That's the problem. Maybe he doesn't pay attention to details. Should I hire him? We found we found the issue over here. Oh, there's an audio. It is working for me. Hold on. Let me do the one thing that all vibe coders know how to do. Control Shift R. There we go. I'll probably fix it. It fixes everything. I've said this before. Control Shift R is the modern day equivalent of when you have like a Game Boy or one of those video games. We'll pretend this is a Game Boy. And then you have to plug in, or not plug in, plug in. You have to, what do you do with the cartridge? Put it in, is there like a word for it? You put in the cartridge, okay. You click around, doesn't work. Come on, turn on, what's going on? Take out the cartridge. All right, you put the cartridge back in. Magic, it works. Watch this work, magic. Ah, never mind. I really like the aesthetic overall. If the idea is good, I will answer. Engineering work, odd collaborations, a product that needs someone who will actually finish them, or projects, and products that need that. You have your GitHub and you have your email. About me, cute. Cute. Is this Care Bear? He, him. Now we know. He's a he, him. Software developer focused on building core tools and scalable. What are you guys saying? All buttons on my portfolio work. He has you there. He has you there. 404. Yeah, K is .com. I go, what did you get? Nope, for sale. It is working for me. I know the problem. Your Chrome is so zoomed out that two sections are fitting on your screen at the same time. Yeah, that makes sense. So it is getting confused to navigate. See, found the issue. Nice. Well, I'm glad that it helped. Because, I mean, think about it. People who want to hire you probably have money. They're rich. If they have money, they have big screens. You have that feedback now. That's some useful feedback. Make it so that the website fits the audience, or is made, curated, created, designed for your audience. I learned this lesson a long time ago when I was making music in my early teens and mid to late teens. when I wanted to be a rock star, and that was what I wanted to do. I was a music class, music production class in school, and the teacher said, like, people are going to listen to this music on really bad earphones, most people. And so what you want to do when you want to mix and master is make sure that you are mixing and mastering with that in mind. In other words, if you're really into music and you 404 are really into code, you're going to have really good speakers, and then you're going to make really good music that sounds really good on those speakers. But then you take it and you put it on bad speakers. That different environment doesn't work. Different environments, like for example, the club, like dancing in a club, very muddy sound. And so if you have too much bass and too much bass, like if there's a frequency, what is called decibels and stuff, you have the chart. The low end needs to be reduced, even if you want a really bassy track. If you're gonna play it in a club, otherwise, the speakers do this thing where they're like it sounds bad. Long story short, you need to consider the audience. That's what it's called. I'm trying to think of a clever word. Basically, it's the audience. Let's go back to a little bit of the GitHub. I want to see that because this looks really nice. This is very nice. Let's see what you guys have been saying. Ariam journey, yeah, okay. Is it .com? What did you get? No, Vercel. That is working for me. All buttons on my portfolio work. Yeah, we've been there. Use of mine is 100% more simple. Checking. He's taking shots. Lego. You guys, there's a bit of a power difference here. If 404 feels like, you know what? You know what? Your portfolio can't win if it doesn't exist. Maybe wait. Maybe wait until your portfolio exists and then start taking shots. Check all the buttons on doc after the email button, or you can press slash. Use of mine is much simpler. Also, see LinkedIn. Yeah, I can see LinkedIn. Let's go over fully 404's portfolio. My portfolio is not for anyone to hire me. It's just a place where I wrote my story and whatever I made. Yeah, me too. I also see LinkedIn. Again, I get it, bro. LinkedIn. All right, let's finish with this, but let's give it a full fair overview. Random dev quote. Okay. My computing sins are committed in the name of efficiency without necessarily achieving it. Okay. Then for any other single reason, including blind stupidity. That's too much, bro. Do you really like that quote? Does it resonate with you? William Wolf. Or do you just really like William Wolf and you wanted to choose a quote that fits? I guess it depends really on the purpose of why you made the portfolio. If you just made it so that you can express yourself, you don't really plan on getting a job, then it's good. It really doesn't matter what I'm saying, and my criticism shouldn't mean anything really. Tech stack, that's a lot. That's ooh. Oh wait, no. I saw my SQL, my SQL, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was MQL. I was like, oh, me too. And then I was like, wait, that looks different, the logo. What is this? And then I remembered that this exists. And that I'm not a software engineer. I'm just a vibe coder because I forgot that existed. You got Postgres. Postgres. Wait. Supabase is built on Postgres. I know this now. So wouldn't just Postgres be enough, and then like you can, because you know Postgres, use any uh thing built on top of it? I guess you should include them both, because from a marketing perspective, especially people who don't know, these things are different, you know. I was basically that 2 weeks ago. Portfolio is not for anyone to hire me. It's just a place I wrote my story. Okay. I've not been a GitHub guy really, so just messing around. Always been a localhost person, but to get into corporate, you have to. Yeah. No, Postgres is open source, can be locally hosted. Superbase service. So you need to be familiar with the way that they use Postgres. Basically, is what you're saying. Just because it's built on Postgres doesn't mean it's the exact same skill set. You need to acquire the Supabase skill set in order to efficiently utilize their services. I think that's what you mean. It's a service, not DB. Yeah. All right. I like your portfolio. Overall, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Good aesthetic. It would have been lower if you didn't catch me by surprise with this beautiful, beautiful light mode. And the only reason it's 8 out of 10 is because I was using my PC, which is bigger. Had my PC been zoomed in like this at, let's say, 200%, then all of a sudden the button would work. So I can click on work and it goes there. I can click on stack and it goes there. The email. You got this stack here. This is nice also. So yeah, but this is my regular distance. This is 100% for me. This is 200%. I also really like the creativity with this button here. There's a website that I recently went to, which is extremely creative, because I was checking what's his name? I forget his name. You need to see this website. I need to show you this website. We'll take the time to see that right before we go on Lego's portfolio. Hey, what's up? Meme Gyan. Press start, check the thing. All right, you opened it. So good. It was like a terminal to check website. Now, Logo, you can share yours. Yes, I'll go on LinkedIn. I'll open it up first. You know, I had a plan last year to post on LinkedIn, like do content, full content, LinkedIn, like make that the main thing. But then I didn't go for it, and that's why I have a LinkedIn account. But didn't go for it. I ended up going to YouTube. Okay, we have it, the portfolio. Portfolio. It's like the difference between people who say pool and biliardo. Do you say portfolio, like in Italian? Or portfolio? What do you say? How do you say it? All right, okay. First, I do need to show you what I mean by creative websites. This guy, I have his website almost. Just a second. You need to see this. This website is the website to see as soon as we can find it. statistics, reviews, description. No, I need to go on his account. His account, profile, almost there. Website, I found it. Okay, check this out. I found it. Look at this website. I have no idea, by the way. I have no idea what this website does. This is a failed website, but such a beautiful website. And look at this. This is why I call it beautiful. Ooh. Wow. Sparkly and cloudy at the same time. How do you do that? How do you make it ephemeral and in the clouds vibe, and at the same time glitter, glow, sparkle, shine. You know what I mean? Shine. It's so shiny. Just this alone makes him win. He has the best portfolio. What does he do? What is this website for? Nobody knows. Doesn't make any sense. Try to figure it out. I'm gonna scroll down and you let me know. Who is this? This guy is basically. I was just looking at different trading systems, and he has a nice system that's a pairs trading system. But in his pairs trading system, for some reason, not sure why, he's doing XAU USD, so gold, with EUR USD, so the euro, which there's no correlation, let alone co-integration, which is what you need. Okay. I don't know how he's profitable. It doesn't make sense. So I'm just like looking into it, kind of not stalking, but digging deep just to find anything about him, to see like what do you do? How do you do it? Anything but message him, of course. Even though he has his email and everything. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Why? How does that work? Why is it working? But basically, this is his website. This is something I found, and I was like, wow, so nice. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, there's a world pushes back memory. I think it's like an AI orchestrator, sort of a website for AI orchestration. What is it? Like, you tell me. Like, what is growth measured as better evidence, not louder claims? Growth of what? Like, what's growing? What are you talking about? Every cycle, the colony writes down what it reads. Cycle of what? The test it ran, the cases that broke its idea, and add only logbook. Okay, but what's happening? What are we doing? You have to like read everything and then read everything again to figure out what it is. Maybe, and I'm not like, I'm not so arrogant as to think I know everything. Maybe this is an IQ thing. Maybe I'm just dumb. Okay. But it just doesn't make sense. I'll be honest. Like, marketing is important. You need to simplify things. There's a concept called middle school, which is when you want to reach people, make it as middle school as possible. In other words, there should be a threshold. Don't go too deep. Once people are actually interested enough to continue reading, add the deep stuff. Go technical. Once you have that conversation with that person for real, and you're talking to them about what is and isn't true, and they ask you, you can back it up with that technical stuff. You can go for it, and you can show them how qualified and knowledgeable and experienced you are. But in the beginning, surface level, nobody wants to see any of that. They just want to see, like, this is what I do, and you can see that I do it in a very pretty way. It looks very clean, right? That's the whole message I'm trying to give across. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to check Ariam. We're going to check your profile, and I'm going to be as harsh on your profile as I was with 404. The rating won't come from zooming in and zooming out, because what if you have the same problem? You were saying all the buttons on my thing work. Do they? If you have an anchor link, they might not. So let's find out. Oh my God, Oh my God, you into fancy stuff. You have no idea. Uh, again, finding it funny. It doesn't make sense. Anything, yeah, nothing makes sense. I respect you like it, but that's the most AI-ish site. Yeah, that's his branding because he also doesn't know what is he selling. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's selling. That's why he's like that. See my portfolio. Also refresh the screen. Okay, we'll do. This is so nice. I will be making a website, and now no one will know what it is for. Are you typing on your phone? Is that why it's like this? Nawawu? No one will Nawa. No one will. Where is it? I lost it. I lost it. No one will know what it's for. Yeah, I don't have a profile, but website just for auto subtitles. That is not talking about Lego's site, but the other site we saw. Okay, lol. All right. Okay, we've gone out of the chat. Let's do this. Let's give it a fair chance, and let's. Oh my God. Uh, force SDR because I don't know what the problem is, but we keep losing color. There we go. Finally, real colors. Really quick, let's just go back to this and check the light mode. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it's a little brighter, but we'll say this. For me, it was the same the whole time. For you, you can see a little more accurate, the colors. And you got the audio as well. Yeah, and this is, okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to Control Shift R because I'm that technical. I just know these sorts of things. I'm Ariam. I build with AI. Wonderful. Wonderful. I know immediately. I know immediately who you are and what you do. Good job. French. Okay, this is cute. 27 here, little hand wave. Mark your visit. Okay, nice. A marked visit. That's nice. Right, I'm not going to click on any of these for now. Let me just check the landing page. This is nice. Oh, when I went over, it said take one. Oh, I think I took one of the dots. Oh, and I put it, you can choose whether or not you want to have the, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie, 404, like, he has you here, look. I can choose if I want this dot to go around with me or not. Look, I can just go back here. I can click it, and I'm back to my regular. I don't know, man. I don't know, 404. You were talking a big game. This is nice. All right. I mean, it doesn't feel like a resume. It feels more like one of those websites where you're like a news website. You know what I mean? Could be simpler. The one place that 404 has you on is his is really simple. But then again, how do you share everything if yours isn't simple, right? From school projects to real projects or products, my journey began in late 2022. Actually, it fits your purpose because you said you didn't want, like, this isn't, you're not trying to get a job or anything, you're just trying to share your story. And so the only people visiting are probably people who are already genuinely like curious, like who's this guy? I want to know more, right? And so it fits the purpose. Actually, 404, same thing, I think, but no, you did mention corporate. Never mind. That's a big brain move. Love it. The dot thing, yeah, me too. All right, from school projects to real products. Um, became my first. Very quickly, I realized AI could do far more than answer questions. It could help turn ideas into things people could actually use. Soundwise became my first sincere attempt. I'm going to click on more on this for Soundwise. And it took me to this page. An English phonics teacher for Indian students. My first sincere attempt at turning an idea into product. Is that like it helps with the accent? Is that what phonics means? Like teaching English technical, like words and substance, or just sounds? I mean, phonics. Yeah, I think it's sound. What it does. That's perfect. That exists right here for me. And to answer my question, what it does. Phonics teaching, learning English through its sounds, not just spelling. Ooh, wow. Good job. Good job. You directed it, or you like what's it called? You framed it. I think no. There's. It's like when you have an image, and you deliberately just kind of put something like those lines using Fibonacci lines to direct vision a certain way. You did that with thought, basically. Good job. Pronunciation. Helping students build clear English pronunciation, foundation, the basic language skills. Everything later builds on. All right. Well, I'm not going to go too deep into your life story, but I am going to go a little deeper into the structure of everything. So I'm going to look at this. So this says archived, and then these ones say live. So now I expect this to be a thing that I can visit, and it's legit because it says live. This is a complete product. Okay. Let's go more on this. Amy, personalized AI tutoring. Wow, you really like this style, don't you? It's kind of like how I like the pastel style. All my things are in pastel style. I guess everyone develops their own style. All right, visit Amy. Basically the same site. Okay. Very deliberate. That's nice. This is very like what's it called? The WordPress content management Blocksy. It's Blocksy. It's like in the content management systems of WordPress specifically, and the other one. There's the way that they work is you have blocks, and so for some reason this reminds me of that, even though probably didn't use WordPress. Like, who would use WordPress today? Why would you? Why would you use WordPress? It just doesn't make sense. But it does give a little bit of that vibe. Try out Amy if you want. Try Amy as guest. Hi. Ooh, I like orange, so this is nice. It's Lego style, yeah. Tutor free chat. Ask Amy anything. Try Amy with 3 free guest messages. Sign up to keep chatting and save your history. Explain photosynthesis for class 8. Give me 3 algebra practice questions. Help me revise Newton's laws. Class 8, you mean like grade 8? I'm gonna click it. I like this as well. I like this little dots. Oh, this is nice. The smile, like the smiling and changing. Oh, what a fantastic topic. Student. Photosynthesis is truly one of nature's coolest tricks. Okay, nice. So it goes to photosynthesis, probably talks about plants and how they convert energy. Uh, can you tell me in your own words what three main things a plant needs for photosynthesis? Ooh, let's see. I'm gonna give it in my own words. Dirt, sun, water. Tell me I'm right. Actually, I don't think I'm right because it wants more it's talking about photosynthesis, not a plant's ability to exist, you know? Oh, it's taking a while. It's taking a pretty long time. Oh, it's showing the equations over here. Nice. It's similar to what I did with Rocket Chimp. Okay, this is nice. It said you're really close. Let me get this centered and then read it. You're really close, student. You said dirt, sun, water. You absolutely got the sun, sunlight, and water right. Those are two crucial ingredients. However, instead of dirt, plants actually take carbon dioxide from the air, while dirt provides important nutrients. It's the carbon dioxide that's used to build the sugar, the glucose, during photosynthesis. Nice, and then it will tell you like to recap what are the three main things. This is good. You made it engaging, which I think is nice. I'm gonna try the mic thing, but I'm using the microphone for OBS. So I don't know if it'll work. What is carbon dioxide? And is there oxygen in carbon dioxide? No, there's no oxygen. Wait, carbon dioxide. Oxygen is a different thing. It's like what? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. All right, the mic didn't work. That's on me. But yeah, nice, Amy. All right, we'll wrap this up. Let's just go back and go to the bottom of the portfolio. I really like Amy, by the way. I think it can be very useful. It's a nice product. You need to market it. Fixed map. We've gone over fixed map 20 million times already. Candor check. Not every idea needs to become a company. Good sentiment. Some projects were small, strange, unfinished, or simply built to learn. Still early, still building. Now I'm focusing on Amy, my AI tutor, fixed map. Amy's a really good idea. I really like it. Very nice. Very, very nice portfolio. This is adorable. I'm not gonna lie. I'll put it back because we're done here. You can keep it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Good job. Very good job. All right, let's see what you guys have been saying. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Obviously, this portfolio is a huge project for Lego. 404, I just made it, you know, just set it up. Maybe still working on it. Am I right? Or is 404 insulted now? Don't hate WordPress. It was my support for a long time. Yeah, me too. Yes, if you sign up, uh, tell me your name. Like you can use faster model API for Amy if you're still working on it. Yeah, doc, it does. have you tried to sell it to schools for all you guys have been having a full-blown conversation? Keep it up. Click journey on the button on top. Oh, it's too late. Actually, I'll go back to it. Walaikum salam Prime. No, just made that yesterday, so yeah. But I don't plan to complicate it, to be honest. Keep it minimal. I really like the minimal style. Like, you didn't set out to build like a full-blown website to share your entire story. It's just a nice little landing page. Some of the things that you have. Remember you showed me Fabrice? Fabrice, let's be honest, has the ultimate portfolio. Fabrice, let's be honest, he wins the portfolio game. And if you don't know this, you're missing out. Because I'm going to show you his portfolio. He's the guy who built FFmpeg. FFmpeg, which has enabled life, video life. And I'm talking about all this stuff that I was talking about earlier, about how we've basically taken all these videos, these clips, and switched them up and did a bunch of programming stuff. Oh, wow. I almost just closed the stream by accident. Are you guys still there? Yeah, you're still there. I don't know, show me. I'll show you Fabrice. I'll show you Fabrice, and you're gonna realize that life is not about marketing, although marketing is a big piece of it. Who told you about Fabrice? You did. You told me about Fabrice, wasn't it you? Somebody in the chat told me about Fabrice. Let's go to Fabrice. I'm gonna go and just type Fabrice's website. Fabrice Bellard portfolio. All right, are you ready for this? Because trust me, nobody's ready for this. Official homepage, bellard.org, and that's it. That's the whole site. You thought it was broken, didn't you? Because sometimes you open a website, like happens with Wikipedia sometimes, and then it just doesn't work for some reason, and it looks like this. You got these links, you have these, it just goes to that over there. No, he did it on purpose. He was like, this is a website. This is how a website should look. I'll go back to my 100% zoom. One thing I don't understand, maybe this is just a me thing, is why do you have this over here, bellard.org? Where does this link take you? We're already on bellard.org. Are you ready? I'm going to click it. Let's see what happens. Something happened. Look, it turned purple. It turned purple. Effects. He's competing with you, Lego, with your little dot thing that you can take out and put back whenever you want, like you did something. He's taking blue and he's turning it into purple. He's competing. He might not have won, but he's playing the game. This is a website. This here is a website. You don't know I'm being sarcastic. Just want to make that clear. All right, we got Prime. What was I gonna do? I thought I was gonna do something. Forgot. Also, more detail. Can you? Oh yeah, the journal. I already closed LinkedIn. No, you had a good portfolio. If anybody is curious about the journal, you'll have to go visit it yourself. Go check out his website. Put it without the .com, so everyone can check your portfolio and see what's in the journal, the mysterious journal. Marketing. This is what you do. It's how you get people to go. See? Good to hear you remembered Fabrice. I don't know, show me. Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, of course. What, bro? Why are you not keeping the stream on your channel? What do you mean? Nerd. Okay. I don't know if you guys know about Quimu. One more of Fabrice's project. Yeah, I thought it was a sitemap. Yeah, that's called a sitemap. It's called a sitemap. Sometimes it breaks and it just goes to sitemap. Cool. Using my portfolio journal. Oh, that was from before. Also, on more detail, you can go to other products, go to history. That's a fair point. All right, fine. We'll check. It's a quick way to go back. All right, let's see journal. You only have one video on your channel. Yeah, I removed I made everything private. All right, this is the journal. I'll show you why I made everything private, but let's check the journal. I see. This is like an archive, or not archive, a journal basically. It's what it is. AGI V1 went public. You have all your repos. Benchmark 20 AI models on writing. Fix map. Yeah, here you can basically log your activities. There's permalinks on the side. Very clean, very minimal. I'll take you to your repos. Nice. Same thing, really. This would be nice if you kept updating it. Like you made it a habit to update it live. Oh, blog, cool. Yeah, so the reason I made everything private is I'm completely switching up the YouTube strategy, which brings me back to the thing that I've built, the amazing, wonderful, game changer thing that I built, which is that good. It is that good. Like sometimes you build something, you think it's amazing, you sleep on it, you wake up, it's absolute trash, and then you get so humbled because nobody humbled you. You humbled your time, humbled you. You humbled yourself on accident because you went to sleep. That's all you did. You wake up, you see it again. Like what? Why? Like why did I think that? Because I remember thinking this is amazing. This is one of those things where I wake up and I think, oh my God, this is a perfect fit. Did I come up with that? Did I come up with that? Like, did I do this? Because this is something that genuinely got my video editor when I showed him yesterday. I had a meeting with him because he edited all the videos last year and he did a really good job, but we just didn't make it. We didn't work. That's why I'm doing this live streaming thing now. I called him because he's a really good video editor. It wasn't his fault that it didn't work, YouTube. It was my fault. And I said, listen, this is the new strategy. We're going to do live streams, okay? We're going to have all of the stream. Hold on. We're going to have all of the stream looking like this. All the streams. Every stream gets fully transcribed. And then you can go ahead and check auto-created summaries of each section of the stream. Like today's stream is going to show up tomorrow when YouTube does the auto-transcribe thing and all this stuff that YouTube has to do, okay? And then it gets fed into an analysis, basically AI, okay? And then it tells you the things that I've been speaking about in chapters. And so we'll find a little chapter that we think may be a little interesting. This is how he will work now. I'll go like this. Probably not that close to the computer because, you know, he's not as zoomed out as I am. But yeah, he'll go for this one, like how the GPU tester works, transpiling MQL5 and Oracle checks. He clicks it and then it just opens up the section, highlights it automatically, auto highlight. Now the highlighted section, like let's say whichever section you want, I want to hire, or I want to use this pink section here. I think that's this one. The fake symbol hack for multi-core testing. Okay, could be a nice idea. Auto highlighted because it clicked. So now it's not. full highlight, and you're not ready for this. What happens next? Two things. One, you can just click on this button all the way up here. Click on preview, and look what happens when I click on preview.
See that anywhere.
It automatically goes to the timestamp all by itself. And then when he clicks download, because he's a video editor, keep in mind, when he clicks get these 3 clips, why 3? Why 3 if it's just 1? I'll tell you why. I told you why in the beginning of the stream if you if you were here this whole time, but I'll say it again for anyone new who just got here. I'll tell you why. Because number 1, camera. This is video 1. It's just unobstructed camera. He has that always. Number 2, this, not this. This. That's the display, the screen display always. Even when I zoom in. So I zoom in like this, the zoom doesn't get picked up. He's a video editor, he can do zoom on his own. Okay? So he just gets the unobstructed thing. But what if my context, like when I'm talking to you guys, I'm making jokes, I'm saying things, I'm saying, look, I'm down here, I'm up here now, I'm down here again. You thought I was gonna go up, but I didn't. I stayed down. If I say these sorts of things, it's not gonna make sense to him. But if he watches the actual clip and the video, then it makes sense. And so that's the third type. Now, what is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem with all of this that we've solved? The problem is gigabytes upon gigabytes of data. I said that in the beginning. If he wasn't able to do that, if he wasn't able to just download only the clips that he wanted to download, then per stream, if he wanted all, if I had to give him all 3 live streams, 3-hour-long live streams, it would have been like this. I'll show you what it would have been like. Show you exactly what it would have been like. 37 gigabytes of data. Now, unless you have like the best internet in the world and infinite amount of storage, this is a problem if you plan on streaming daily and making a bunch of clips. Problem solved. Problem solved. And now he can sit there and focus and do things like talk to this complete harness that I've built. Now, you may not call it a harness. You may call it a wrapper. You may call it whatever you want, but it can do things. I'll show you the things that it can do. Oh, wait, I have to... Yeah, I'm gonna add a little, because I used it too much. Open router. Increase the budget. And read some of you guys' chats. In the meantime, I do update show. Nice, you do update the show, so you're making. Yo, go do more on this, on the random products, then you can check Lego. We got meme. Prime, show us, brother. What do you guys think so far of what I've done? There's some other features that are even more game changery about to show you. But so far, what do you guys think? Is it, put yourself in the shoes of a video editor. And the reason I can do that is because me personally, I don't know if you can tell with the camera quality and like all this stuff, I love video. Like I set this up, look at the camera, look at the colors of my fingers. Isn't it nice? Look at my face, like even though there's a bunch of light on my face, the highlights don't go too hard, and you know, because I have a CPL filter. These little tricks, right? I like video a lot. But I hate going through so much gigabytes, just gigabytes of useless footage. And with the live streams, a lot of it is just not going to work. A lot of it can't be clipped. Little clips can be useful. Very interesting, bro. I want to see it to the end. I'll show you. I'll show you this, the power of VidChimp. His name is VidChimp. He's an operator. He can do anything you want him to do. Also, I'll give you a video IDLL, deep drive in Amy. It will make a 3-hour live stream easy. That could work. Cool editor. What camera are you using? I'm using the A7C camera. The first one. There's a Mark II. I'm using Mark 1. The limitation is that it's an 8-bit. and I'm using S-Log 3. But there's a hack, which OBS enables. Okay, with OBS, you can take this 8-bit data, put it in OBS, and then inside of OBS, add color grading. But before you do, you convert it to 10-bit. And it's not like you're inventing colors, you're truly taking the 8-bit and making it 10-bit. But it does add depth, color depth. And like you can check, like ask AI, see what I mean by that. Like, do you get a little bit more? And you do. And so what ends up happening is for an A7C camera, it's actually really good. And I have another lens that is way sharper, better than this lens. Unfortunately, this isn't the best lens, but this is a wide angle lens. It's easier. It's not so heavy, but yeah. All right, let me show you this. But first, open router. I'm gonna increase the budget. And yesterday night is when I took it way too far. Yesterday night, I just couldn't help it. Okay, I wanted to see like what's possible. What is something that we can do? And I decided it's worth it. It's worth it. Let's go ahead and make VidChimp a full-blown do everything, always. Whatever is asked of you, do it. And I did. So now I added a little playground section, which I want to test today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go first and show you the practical use cases of what my video editor would actually use this for. And then we'll play with the playground and see what's possible, what isn't. All of this, by the way, I'm more than willing to open source. I just want to make sure that it's actually ready first, because this is still the connections persist, or the connect because of Railway and everything. It actually works, and there's Google OAuth, and he has it, and he can already download. Only our 2 emails have access to this, to my 2 terabyte drive. All right, I changed this. Let me Control Shift R. Watch it fix life. Also, I'll give you a video idea, cool editor. What camera using? Yusuf, guess what? Fixed map got 8 stars. Nice. Congrats, bro. Guys, if you haven't already checked out Fixed Map, I'm using it myself. It's actually really useful. It's a deterministic way of mapping out all the issues in your code, solving some problems. Deterministic basically means cheap, like really like free level cheap, almost free. The way that I'm using it. I'd love to build on top of this. I'll open source it as soon as I'm 100% sure I can put it out without having any of my personal stuff, API keys out. And I'll just tell you from now on, there's a lot of configurations involved, because you can't just use Vercel. You can't just have a URL, which you need to if the video editor is going to use it. You can't. You have to have Railway, basically a container. You have to have API keys from Google Console to make the globe work, because it'll show you all of the metrics, everything, that the amount of views that you got, those sorts of things. I think I'm showing you like the old version. Hold on, go to the actual URL one. Yeah, so this is the logging in. This is what it looks like when we're logging in. After 12 hours, it just logs everyone out. I'm gonna do this in case there's private information. Security, that's the first layer of security. I'm secured like that. And then I click on my email. Put on the glasses because I'm a developer. Alright, check this out. This is live. This is live. We're live now. We're live. Performance. Boom. See this? This is how much my public videos get. If I go and just go all videos, including the private ones. So I'll click on this now. And then it'll show you all the videos where everyone who's watching is actually watching from. And for some reason, it's Indonesia. And I was talking to my video editor, he's from Indonesia. I was like, maybe it's because you've been uploading my videos for me. We got 12K views. 12K views. 12K. I can choose specific videos, and there's other things I can do. I can go other things that I can do. Well, right now I can't because I don't have that many views, but it will compare. Like it'll give you a chart, and it will show you once you have enough views. Wait, I'll click on this one. Okay, you can kind of see it. So this one video actually got 1.1K views. I made it private though, it's like short. And it will show you where those views came from. And this is where most of them came from. And if you hover on it, like if you go on this, it'll show you how many of those views came from wherever they came from. You know? Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable little polls? And I can go and add another one, and it will show you again. So for some reason, this video was watched in India a lot more than this is Indonesia. Yeah, Indonesia. I'm pretty sure I got Malaysia people. Where's Malaysia? Here's Malaysia. This is the US. Some Europeans. There's some Europeans. We have some Europeans involved. There's a lot, by the way, from Africa, just not those videos. Nigeria in particular, back when I was making trade. Yes, Nigeria. Trading videos primarily. Anyway, this is fun. This is fun. And then I can see here. All right. So as a video editor, and you're making videos, you're putting them out, this could be useful. It'll help you see things, but that's not what I'm trying to show you here. What I'm trying to show you, and why I Control Shift R, and it should say 30. Yes, $30. I have 50% left, and I can choose whichever model I want. And which model am I going to use to show you the playground? I'm afraid of using Fable. It'll just eat up everything. But we need a powerful model for this. I'm going to go with GPT Soul, if I can find it. Let me check the chats. Yes, agree, show off fixed map. You're showing off fixed map, yeah. I will love to build on top of it. You can make a video cutter, so it makes clips, makes videos, cuts it accordingly, adds subtitles and color corrects, and gives you a link to download. Fire the editor. I tried to make these sorts of video, auto video things. Kind of worked, but they don't do nearly as good as my video editor. Interesting. So if I upload from US, will I get US viewers? That is really interesting. Yeah, I think you will. I think you will. Because just from my experience, I was in my old videos, I had 2 team members, Nigeria and Indonesia. Where's the button? And in the beginning, most of the views were coming from there. So I think they're only when they were uploading them. When I'm uploading them, for some reason Kuwait's just too small. I guess not a lot of people will watch these videos, especially in English. But I think there is an element of what's it called? Like the geolocation, or is that redundant? Because geography and location. I don't know. You get the point. There is something there with the algorithms, and they don't tell you exactly. Let me find this and show you the playground. Where is it? Where is Soul? Oh, we found it. I don't know what batch means. I'm just gonna go with GPT 5.6 Soul Pro batch and try it out. But yeah, okay, let's do this. So practical use case, something that already exists. When you go on to the side panel and you open it up, and you can open chats. You can first off modify the knowledge base because there's a knowledge base. You can tell it to respond a certain way. And so you click on this, you add tone, and then it just opens up the folder and lets you add a .md file, and then you kind of modify, just you add to the knowledge base. There's some custom instructions as well that you can add. So you click that button and then this appears. And so that's nice. That's basically just a system prompt. Let me take those down. I'm going to open a new chat. And in the new chat, I'm going to show you some of the skills. So if I do slash, just like how we're used to, you know, skills, and these are operation skills. They let you do things like list the video catalog currently logged in the app. Navigate's a really nice one. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say navigate. If I'm a video editor and I don't want to think, I could think about it. Like, how are we actually going to make it easy for a video editor, especially in this new age? AI video clipping tools are like going to win because there's so many Twitch streamers and clippers and these sorts of things. I should probably sell this actually instead of open sourcing it. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, navigate. Okay, check this out. And then here's a nice little thing that I'm really happy about. If I click enter, okay, if I click enter, autofill, just like with the real ones. Anyway, navigate to the most recent ready live video, or let's just say live stream. Ready live stream video. All right, check this out. I'm gonna go back, and you'll see what happens when I click enter. Oh my God! Seriously, we chose a model that through batch isn't available. I have to choose good models for this. Let me try DeepSeek, a cheap, really cheap model. DeepSeek V4 Pro. That's much cheaper. All right. Same thing. Navigate to the most recent ready live video. All right. Let's see what happens. It's thinking. Okay. All right, so I was already on it, so it went around. Okay, we need to make this harder. I'm gonna go to performance. I'm gonna say that again. Navigate. Wait. Navigate to the most recent ready, or navigate to the first ever ready live video to make it onto this platform. It should change tabs. It should just go for it and just take control. It did it. And there we go. We're on it. Okay. There we go. It did it. You saw that red line? That was all me. I was like, make it a border red line. These are the sorts of things that differentiate between the newbies and the professionals. The red lines, it doesn't have to be red, but it has to be a line. border and like design. You know what I mean? Lego knows what I mean. He got the little dot, you pick it up and you put it back. Anyway, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yes, I agree. Show fixed map. Still on fixed map. After this, you can make a video cutter to. Oh, we already did this. Interesting. So if I upload, yeah, I'll buy a VPN today. The best feature was autofill. It really was, and it goes red, by the way, by itself, exactly like with Claude when it goes blue by itself. Switched it up. I chose red to match the red line. Improve it and ask for money. It's good. Thank you. Will you open source it? I'll open source it, maybe. I was going to initially, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I make a bunch of money off of it, get super rich. No, I'll probably just open source it, to be honest. I don't think that this is something that, like it could work, but it's not something that I want to really spend too much time and energy on. And I think that building onto it is probably going to be better. Like other people can build on it, make it even better than it is. Also, how do you, if you were to use it, ask for all the people to give all the APIs and the personal data and the configurations, set up railway, set up all this stuff? Like there's just so many moving parts that if I was a bit more experienced, honestly, as a software engineer, developer, AI agentic engineer, vibe coder, whatever you want to call it, if I was more experienced, I probably would go for it, but I'm just not there yet. The best I can do now, if I want to share this, is, you know, and without like compromising myself and others, like data and vulnerabilities, is just make absolute sure that I strip away all the sensitive stuff and then put it out. Put it out online, let people play with it. I'm just not at the level where I could make something, a product this sophisticated that has this many moving parts. So that's why I'm going to open source it. One day in the future, it's going to be very easy for anyone to build this on their own anyway. And I will say the one thing that I didn't completely build on my own is the globe. That was a repo. I'll show you that repo, because with that you can basically say, all right, get this repo, build the globe, right? It looks complicated and sophisticated and all this stuff, but really it's a vibe coded thing where I basically said, here's the repo for the globe, use it, make it look kind of like, you see how Shopify has a globe? I want to have a globe too, but I have a little bit of a different vibe that I want. You know, I want it to look a little different, match my vibe, and then I give it my vibe. Let me show you the repo, because this is gonna make it so that you don't even want me to open source it. You can just build whatever you want. Connect this globe to Google Console API. Which API should I do? Walk me through it. Where's the globe? Seriously. Stars. React globe. Here it is. This is what made it all possible. See this? See this repo? React globe.gl. You can take it and repurpose it completely. And when it starts off, when you take it, it's dark for some reason. I don't know what they were thinking, why they made it this dark. It's annoying how dark it is. Like you're trying to go for like a space look, I guess. But it's just, it doesn't look nice, like how dark it is. There's heat maps, there's all this stuff. You just tell it, change the colors. Don't make it look like this. And then it works. It works. And there's all these different effects. You can go however, you can just say mix and match the different effects. Give me a template, or what is it? Give me a throwaway script of the different globes that can be created with mock data, so I can see them all in action and interact and play with them. And then it gives you like this this canvas basically with all the globes, so that you can sit there, spin them around, and be like, this one is my vibe. This one is not. Let's go with this vibe. Tweak it a bit, you know. That's what I'm saying. Like whoever you are who made this, it's fine. Vasturiano, thank you so much. Brother, I appreciate you so much. You don't even know. I use the globe all the time for all my repos or all my all my projects. I have a globe on so many different projects. Anyway, let's get back to this. I know I keep getting distracted. My bad. So you see how the navigate thing works. There's like another one that's like checklist. And you don't have to trigger the skill itself. Like you can just type compile a list of videos that are about repositories. Scrape all the live and ready live videos. Now here's the thing, because ready live means I have it on my terabyte drive, I have this enabled where it basically only sees the ready live and just less work. It doesn't have to go through everything. But you can disable it and then it goes and it sees the other types of videos. And so now when I click send, it can actually do stuff. It can give me all the timestamps. I can click on it and then go to it. So check this out. You'll see how it works. This is DeepSeek, so it's pretty cheap, but I'm pretty sure it'll work because most of this is set up in a way where it's heavily algorithmized. I don't know if it's a word, but basically there's algorithms set in place, a set of rules of how things work in regular code, just program code. And then the AI is just that layer that decides, let's trigger this one, let's trigger that one. And that's what how these skills are set up. They're set up to be these tools that get called, not just a skill with, you know, a .md file that says, all right, you typically do this behavior, but if you're told explicitly not to, you do that behavior. No, this is a program. It runs a program and it knows this is a program to run. So you can actually use like a cheap DeepSeek thing and it'll just work. It's taking a while though. Let's check the comments while it takes its time. It's sweet, sweet time. We did not get a lot of comments this time. You guys, are you still there? Am I talking to myself? Do CLI because I don't use API. Are you guys just paying attention? Because this is interesting, right? Right? Let's be honest. This is like, it's actually interesting. Do CLI because I don't use API. What do you mean? Do CLI. Well, I'm gonna open source it. And then you can do CLI. I know what you mean. I think I know. You mean like I don't want to use OpenRouter. I want to use like my own subscription that I already have. Whoa. That's a good idea. That is a good idea because subscriptions are cheaper. And I just went and got GPT subscription to test it because 404 was like test GPT or something. I think it was either Lego or 404. One of you guys were telling me. Now I just have a GPT subscription. Like if I do CLI, I can basically use it for free. Do CLI plus API. Toggle. No, local only. So the reason I'm saying local only is because this tool that I built is accessible to whoever really, like the video editor, and later on I'm gonna have like a copywriter, whoever, as long as they have in the Supabase database the email and the permissions, then they can just go on, and then I'll pay for the AI, you know. And so it's just easier on that level. Anyway, what happened here? Okay, check this out. We got it. It worked. So here it found all of those talks about repository. And if I click on it, boom.
Make sure it's good first. There's a lot of integrations. I'll probably do like a stream session with a little tutorial on how to set it up open source.
So I'm talking about the repository in this instance. And the same is true for every single one of these. So if I click on this one,
I think you should get users on your FixMap project, like collaborate, contribute together. Are you aware of the instead of
you get the point.
fire instance, or I guess the app codex, put it back.
And the reason it can do that is because it's going through all the transcripts always, right? And ingesting them. And then technical terms that you can say. And basically, now you're in a position, because you have bulk download, where, and I built this in, like hard-coded this in basically, or told AI to do it, where I made it into a checklist, because then the video editor can just say, because I know what he's going to use it for, obviously. You can check, you can click like the ones that you do want, right? And then like only these are the ones that he wants. Now you can just say download the ones I checked, and then they get downloaded, basically. So that's how that works. What I want to do is give it, because I realize just how powerful this is, especially with Railway, and you have the container and everything's ready. I created this new tab, which I haven't fully tested yet, the playground. And this is what we're going to see now. We're going to find out like just how well this can work. In the playground, Rocket Chimp has full, I said Rocket Chimp, VidChimp has full control. He can write code, he can create widgets, he can put the video links, the APIs, he can do whatever he wants. Obviously, he can't go and publish videos on his own, those sorts of things are gated, but it's like it's his playground, right? And the way that it works is he creates a sandbox, and then that sandbox he can do whatever he wants. And we're going to test that out now, and we'll see what is possible and what isn't. This is a really nice way, I think, to test some of the models as well. Usefully open source. Yes, improve it and ask from how I read this. See my above message. Which one? I need to go by. Oh, bye. Thank you for joining and staying and coming back always. I really appreciate it. I really do. Take care, and we'll see you next time. It was me. Wait, still following, bro, just a little bit locked in. No, you do your thing, lock in. It was me. Run the playground. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have the glasses on and everything. About to try the playground. And I'm going to try it first with the DeepSeek V4. Actually, no, I already know, like, you need a powerful large language model for something like this because it's basically a single shot. Like, it's one of those situations where you single shot build the whole thing. So we'll go with the Opus 5. Opus latest. $15. All right, Opus. Okay, now this is what we'll do. We'll use this same prompt or same chat that we already set up, right? And you have like these different chats. Like I can go to this one, I can go to this one, and I don't know if you can tell. Bye, Lego Geek. Thank you for stopping. Very nice portfolio. I'll see you next time. I don't know if you could tell this red line, this red border. Ah, that's me. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're here. I'm gonna say create a mood board. I'm gonna trigger the skill sandbox create. Okay. Sandbox create. Create a sandbox that is essentially a mood board. Do I mood board or node graph? A mood board style comparison of each of these listed clips about repositories. Give me a small summary and argument about why they should be in my compilation video. Be extremely concise and suggest 2 hooks for each. Note, hook will be overlaid when I edit this. Make the sandbox or make the mood board aesthetic. Yeah. Polished and engaging. I'm going a little too far on purpose with this. So I want to see what it does, honestly, with the sandbox. So let's do it. Okay. We've given VidChimp control. We have given him control. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna do things. He's gonna play in the sand. Right now he's thinking about it. How should I play? What should I do? This is my first time. Oh my god. He's thinking, look at him, he's so cute. He's just there like, oh, it's my turn to do things. Let's see what he does. Use Kimi Bro. Has very good taste. Okay, I'll try. We'll do a second sandbox after, and we'll try something else with Kimi K. Kimi K. Wait, Kimi K is the one that's like 1,000,000,000,000 parameters, but then it cleverly only takes small sections of those parameters depending on the depending on what it needs, really, right? That was the least technical term, technical way of explaining it ever, with no terminology whatsoever. But I think I'm right, you know. Gimme K3, open source. I think you can use Kimi K3 on Open Router as well, though, right? Especially for you, that would be useful if you want to do CLI. Then you can see this. I don't know how it works honestly, but it's good. Okay. Have you tried that like in comparison with Opus 4.6 or above? Have you tried, and I'll explain what I mean by that. There's Opus 4.6, all the ones above it. Fable is above it. GPT Soul is above it. That's it, really. In my opinion. All right, this is taking some time. It's taking some time to create this sandbox. I mean, I can see this being used because we've tried, obviously, to set up like CRUD apps, right, using these large language models, and they do a pretty good job. Like if you think about it, like you can build a whole local host, and it can be really nice. And it's just the problem is it's not secure, right? Well, what if you created a secure environment? The container, the Docker, everything exists inside of it. You can create a Docker, spawn it basically, or what is it called, an image or artifact, I don't know. But all that is secure in a little sandbox online. Now, my video editor doesn't have to be an architect to go and build a CRUD app for himself. He can just go ahead, use the playground, type some things, hack it together and be like, this is actually useful for me. And then he can revisit the sandbox whenever he wants. All right, for some reason, it looks like this whole thing broke. That was not good. All right, I'm gonna tell it to fix it. Is it done? This will be fixed later. Hold on, let me just say. Seems like I'm taken to a site map, and I don't see the sand pastel style that is the default. Revise the sandbox logic you've created and ensure that it's all done correctly. Yeah, I think it's just a little issue, a little bug. I have Claude Max, KimiK Max Code, Max Cursor, and Abacus. What's Abacus? Abacus has all the models. I use both. Opus 5, KimiK 3, and Fable, and so. And you're still saying KimiK is good. Let me check what Abacus is. Abacus AI. I know Abacus is that thing that used to be a calculator, but it's not anymore. Because we have calculators now. You know what I mean? Abacus AI is an all-in-one artificial intelligence platform and multi-model aggregator. Is that what Open Router is? It combines major AI systems such as GPT, Cloud, everything. Hold on. Is Abacus the same as Open Router? No. No, Abacus AI and Open Router are not the same. While both aggregate multiple LLMs, Claude GPT, Gemini into one place, they target completely different audiences and use cases. Abacus AI, switch over so you can see everything in case I miss anything. Abacus AI is end-to-end enterprise-ready AI workspace and agent platform. Open Router's developer-focused API gateway, primarily built for routing raw model tokens. I see. They have a full like graphic interface, whereas Open Router just gives you APIs and says here. Core strengths, autonomous agents, workflow automation. So probably because of the interface, there's more options. Oh, you're back, 404. Abacus is a cheap way to test other models. Welcome back. Thank you, Prime. Seeing so many harness and AD, I have decided to build my own personal one. Go for it. Abacus uses subscription. You should build a harness because it's fun. Like having your own. Honestly, just because it's fun. Like ultimately, your workflow in one of these harnesses, like Cloud Code, the desktop app, or GPT, even their desktop app, I feel like it's very difficult to beat them. In my personal workflows and the way when I actually want to get things done, I default to the best. Obviously, everyone does. And even though I've attempted many times to build my own harness, I even tried to build my own CLI style agent orchestration thing where you have different agents getting spawned from OpenRouter, and I was willing to use it with the top tier AI and pay API pricing for like special projects, right? With an orchestration or an orchestrator and all these things. But ultimately, it always it's like there's a reason why these are billion-dollar companies. It's because they do a really really good job ultimately, and they just kind of win. They win in terms of which is the best to use. But you should still build your own harness, and then it just kind of gives you perspective, in my opinion. When you see these different harnesses, you see the capabilities, the features that they come up with, and then every once in a while you do something that your harness is just a little bit better at, and then you can use your harness for that special use case. And as long as you have the CLI, I think Claude doesn't let you, but I think GPT lets you. If you have the CLI, please, I mean, know if I'm wrong or if this is outdated or if it has changed. GPT lets you use the CLI and connect it to another like platform where you trigger their through the subscription you trigger the large language model and use it. Whereas Claude Anthropic basically blocks it and says you can't do that. Am I right? Am I talking about something true? Abacus use subscription. I need DJI Spark spending too much on subscriptions. Yeah, I would say wait before you go get it. Like this is the new, uh, like this is the new entry into it. Wait for tensor processing units to be retail. Wait, it does DJI Spark use tensor processing unit? Hold on. Is is there a retail TPU? Does DJI Spark use regular unified graphics like a bunch of GPU? I clicked the wrong zoom button and then I was just trapped in deep zoom. No, there's no such thing as a true retail TPU, and then NVIDIA DGX Spark. You wrote DGI, you meant X, right? Well, I know it. I know that all allowed for personal use. I'm saying all out for personal use. Yeah, look into it. Check to see if it's allowed. Let me look into it actually. I'm here. Let's read this and then find out and put so I don't forget. Uh, is there a limit? Is there a limitation using Claude's CLI integrating with other using Claude's subscriptions integrating with other CLIs? I heard something about that before, where GPT was more open about where you can use the subscription. All right, we'll come back to this question. Won't even click enter for now. Let's just see. There is no TPU, and if you want to get compute, I would say wait. Like we're on the edge. We're like this close. Like maybe it'll be a 2 years thing, 3 years thing. In the meantime, just get a GPU, play with it. But once that comes out, it's just gonna make your investment completely redundant. Yeah, DGI, not DGX. Are you sure? Okay, okay. You had me so confused for a second. This is what I'm seeing here. I saw DGI Spark and I was like, are you sure? And then and then I saw this does DGI because I typed that, and then I said DGX, but I clearly typed DGI, and then you had me questioning everything. I'm like, well, am I dyslexic? Am I? Like, and then I was like, DGI. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, all right. The new reality of retail TPUs. You cannot buy a full-scale standalone tensor processing unit for a home PC or local server. That's because the motherboards simply don't have that feature in them physically. Cloud exclusivity. The only local exception, Google sells tiny, low-power chips called Coral Edge TPU. However, this is minimalist micro device designed strictly for low-power smart home. That's not even close. How NVIDIA DGX Spark handles graphics and AI. We'll just skip through this. LPDDR5X unified memory. Stackable clustering. I know that they talk a big game about how you can cluster them, like put two together. But I guess getting one of them would be, you wouldn't run into any of that problem. Any of those problems. All right, let's check. So, like I said, we're gonna check now whether or not you can use GPT outside of or not GPT, Claude. You can use Claude freely, the way GPT can. I heard something, I'm not sure what it was. Typing on my silly mobile. Yeah, I've tried that. I was trying to type, and then I had this problem where when I was watching on YouTube, it went to the side, and then I tried to bring it back, and it wouldn't come back, and I was clicking on all the buttons trying to make it come back. It just wasn't. And then I went out, I closed it, opened it again, clicked the thing. Again, I was what? That was my struggle. And then you're trying to type with, they separate the keyboard. Anyway, we're getting way too distracted. The sun's already beginning to come down. No, we're good. We're good on time. All right, what is going on here? What is the reality? Am I wrong? If I am, I want to make sure that I get it right. So, key differences in subscription. The cloud lock-in. Anthropic explicitly ties your consumer subscription Pro Max authentication token to their official interfaces, primarily Cloud.ai and their official terminal agent. So your subscription is tied to the harnesses, or not harnesses, harnesses, CLI harnesses. Using a third-party CLI harness, community proxy tools, everything. Anthropic blocks these third-party authentications or triggers account flags. So if I wanted to on my personal video app use my subscription, but on my local app, basically, I wouldn't be able to. It gets blocked because it's a third party. That being said, and this is where OpenAI kind of is more generous, if I'm right. OpenAI tends to be more permissive regarding where and how subscription credentials or API plus bridge are structured across developer tools, making it easier to plug into various custom terminal workflows without hitting immediate auth layer blocks. Are the exception versus the rule. While Anthropic allows you to use your Pro Max allowance natively inside Cloud Code, their official CLI, and support CLI versus code cursor, use the subscription bound. All right, let me explain. If you want to proceed, let me know. Yeah, long story short, yeah, I was right about this. In practice, I've never tried, so I can't verify and tell you for sure. But with the GPT subscription, I am able to connect it and actually use it for my app, whatever it is, subscription, not API via OpenRouter. Whereas with Claude, they don't let you do that. Otherwise, they can't be, I think, otherwise they can't be as generous as they are with the Fable. Yes, it's very expensive. But remember in the beginning, they were just resetting and giving everyone Fable. That would have been a problem for them. They would have had a lot of down servers, basically. Not even a money thing, just hardware. There's a limit to how much physical hardware there is. And if everyone's using Fable for everything all the time, then there isn't enough for anyone. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying generous as in like they're not trying to gouge, prices and take all your money. No, I'm just saying like there's a finite amount of compute and there's a lot of people who want that compute. And that's why servers go down. So they have to kind of limit. And I don't know the actual numbers. Maybe the I'm completely wrong because GPT, maybe more people use it. That does kind of skews the equation. Because GPT is not having any problems and they're just letting everyone. I say GPT, I should say OpenAI or Altman. Bro, I always use the CLI for my project, no problem. No, not but you're using their actual CLI. Like if you were trying to use OpenClaw and use your subscription through OpenClaw, that's where you could run into some issues. There's probably some workarounds, but they don't make it easy. Now you can use it. I have bought recently Nexa and IDE ADE as YouTuber made it. And you can use it through CLI and it can chat to other agents using other services. And my own IDE ADE also uses subscription. ADE like Agentic Development Environment. It can use Claude, Grok, Codex, OpenCode, any service providers you want. I guess, no, that's a really good point because you can just connect the CLI, the official one itself, to whatever project it is, as opposed to using a third-party CLI to access their subscription. CLI is flexible enough. Why would you need to use a third party anyway? Wait, let me read this again. Am I understanding things incorrectly? What is exactly being limited here? Third party, right? The cloud lock-in. Anthropic explicitly ties your consumer subscription, Pro Max, authentication tokens to their official interfaces, primarily Cloud.ai, and their official terminal agent, Cloud Code. Using third-party CLI harness, community proxy tools, or trying to funnel your flat rate subscription into external developer tools like OpenClaw, yeah, or custom ID extensions violates their terms of service. I mean, for our use cases, it's fine. I think this is just a protection to make sure that people don't go get a subscription and then sell it as like sell those tokens of their subscriptions, mark them up, and say, hey, I can give you Fable. Instead of paying the full max plan, you can just pay, per prompt, which will be much cheaper, but then actually it's marked up a lot. Same bro, tried everything, no problem. Strange. Maybe this is outdated. Yeah, I'm in China and they're doing it. What, the workarounds? Tokens black market. They're gonna find workarounds for everything. Um. Oh. Oh. Remember the playground? Remember the playground? We got distracted. We went far from the playground. But check this out. The sandbox, or the playground. VidChimp did all this on his own with the hooks and everything. Imagine you're the video editor and you typed what I typed earlier, and you got this. Let's see. It's nice. It basically built a little UI interface like a CRUD app within a secure website. So you can build as many CRUD apps as you want. Find out whichever one is most useful. Everything is a repository. 15 clips, 2 live streams, 1 thread. Every repo facing moment from day 11 and day 12, because I only have 2 from the already live ones, pulled straight from the transcript. Each title carries the exact quote, why it turns the slot in the cut, and 2 overlay hooks. All right, let's check out the first one. So there's some tabs to classify or to categorize them. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. I hate when you click on these tabs and everything gets completely fumbled. You can, it just highlights. So I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah, true, because there are people selling fake Fable or other services black market. Yeah. Let's see. Cheat sheet is going on GitHub. I'll put it on GitHub and I'll send it. I'll probably do it like a stream session with a little tutorial on how to set it up, open source it. I think this is my actual quote. It's in quotation marks. It says here, he commits on stream to open sourcing the cheat sheet app and teaches the setup. Wow, that was perfect. As a video editor, getting that really concise summary. So I can imagine Hema, his name is Hema. I can imagine Hema going like, okay, let me just read this section. Chat brokers are real collaboration between 2 viewers over an open repo. This is 404. I don't know if 404 is still here or if he left, but this happened. He brokered the collaboration, talking about how I should show fix map for Lego. Lego already left. So this is a thing that happened before. See, you guys are gonna make it into the chat, but into this analysis, into the playground. By the way, BRB TYT, bro. Take your time. Yeah, true. This is cool. Thank you. All right, so we got these. What's the actual hooks though, and what's at the bottom before we dig a little deeper? Nice. There's a suggested running order, not chronological. So it's letting you know, like, I'm not just doing it chronologically, what came first. No, I'm sequencing it based on a story. Like, we're sequenced as a story. Mental model, value, proof, discovery, debate, payoff. Obviously, it's not gonna be perfect. Like, I don't know why it went from here and then decided to do enter and go down here. Like, this could have been one long line continuing. Just took up space here for no reason. But you have to admit, that's very impressive, right? Like, this isn't meant to be a UI designer website or anything. This is just, I took Open Router, put it, we used Opus 5, right? Yeah, Opus 5, the latest one. We put it in there so that the video editor can make a nice little widget for himself. That's very impressive. Little things like that, whatever. You have the timestamps, but they're not clickable. But it's fine because you can just go back to VidChimp chat and say, do this, do that, change it. One thing I just realized, and I'm gonna write this down actually, VidChimp window should appear over here because then you can talk to him and say, change this, change that. Right now it isn't. So that's gonna be the next addition or next modification, I should say. What were we gonna do in Sandbox 2? Oh yeah, Kimi K. I think Kimi K. We had the same thought just now. I'm just writing down, put VidChimp window in Sandbox. All right. You guys get the point of all this. Let's just see the hooks. Are they actually nice? Why terms of slot. Public promise is the spine of a repo compilation. It gives the whole video a payoff the audience can hold on to. That is a clever idea. Prolong things, you know, like making promises. That's talking about emotions, right? The overlay hook. I just promised to open source this on camera. Nice. You can copy it when you're hovering above it. The app that runs the stream is about to be public. Both of them are nice, not bad. Where's that collaboration one? Oh, this is the collaboration one. All right, logic. Proof, or not logic, emotion. Proof the stream isn't a monologue. Repos turning strangers into contributors is the emotional core of open source. Two viewers just become collaborators. Yeah, I think it's just a weaker idea, but it did a good job. Oh, and by the way, it is accurate with the thumbnails. It's not just putting the single thumbnail. It's just I have only two, and it did a good job. It scraped the different videos, so this is a different thumbnail. Which, by the way, let me know, are my thumbnails a little too dark? Sometimes I feel like I like the low contrast. I like the, you know, soft kind of look, but maybe I should make it a bit brighter because there's statistics about how that's a good thing. All right, for this to be a fair comparison, Kimi K versus Opus 5. We're going to choose a completely different topic. And since you are vouching for it, you choose Vibe Prime. Also, it should remember your preferences. Yeah. That exists, like memory exists. Maybe suggest other videos in the edits. Yeah, so the chats do persist, and I didn't add like a memory thing, but there's a knowledge base, and the only way to do that, to really make you remember the preferences, because I don't want to be full all the time always, is to click this button here, tones, and it's called tones, but really it's just inject this into the knowledge base. So upload a txt tone file. It's not like the system prompt, it's an actual RAG injection, retrieval augmented generative AI. This other button, I just clicked here, is the custom instructions. This is the actual, like you can change the system prompt. So in terms of preferences, that's what it works. One thing I will, I should say, is I have a style called the pastel style, which I have set up as the default skill because I didn't build this to be like a UI creator, right? So this, where is it? This one, sand pastel, okay? It's a literal template inside of all this, okay? That is the default, like use this style always, this template. And it is my style. It is my style. Just like Lego has a style, right? My style is the pastel style. I got like what's another one that uses it? VidChimp uses it. Rocket Chimp. That's how I get all these emojis. Not emojis. All these like I copy this little tag, put it on Claude, and then it knows which one I'm talking about because this is all heavily integrated, and I can generate more of them. But look at the style, right? Same style. Uh, the shade or the shadows and the borders here got saved, frozen, So for Kimi K, it's obviously going to go ahead and change things and use the style however it wants. It's just components at the end of the day, right? But how you use the components is entirely up to you. I didn't put that in the chat, so this time with Kimi K, I also won't put that into the chat. I'll just say, what am I gonna say actually? Maybe suggest other videos in the edits. Yeah, you should add test in the thumbnail. Wait, what do you mean? Text in the thumbnail. Ah, yeah. This is cool too. Ooh, I don't know if I didn't. I don't know if that's possible. Okay, let's try. Let's try. Because if that can happen, like, then that's definitely a feature that I should work on. Gimme K. Oh, this is extremely annoying. I need to fix this. Make it possible to just type the model instead of scrolling. And then every time I scroll a bit, it just flies and then you can't find the thing. This is one of those things that I don't even have to write down because I'm gonna be annoyed into it in the future and then I'll fix it. Wait, what's Kimi K, the company of Kimi K called? Did you paint those yourself? No. It generated them for me. And the way I did it is I just added the physics principles to an image. And it'll make sense if I show you this. I'll show you this. What do you call it? If I scroll at the bottom, you'll see what I mean. This, see this? Those sections of the image are adjusted, basically. Those pixels, because this is a few pixels, right? Get jumped, they get moved, and they have their own role. Like this is an ear, right? It's this many pixels, and when it's not moving, it's just there. But then it can be moved, right? This hand is these pixels only, and so you can see here, for example, it comes out, right? And turns out AI is very good at moving just a couple things, a couple pixels around. And if they're fixed and locked and there's a bunch of rules in place, you can make it do a lot of things. Uh, this is a problem, and this is why I added the X button, the dump button, because sometimes like things like this will happen, like the ears came off. That's not good. That should be dumped. So now it's gone. And then this just shows me the new ones that I haven't acknowledged. And then those don't get used unless I pop this. Now it's part of my system. Obviously, there's other things that you need to be able to do, generate the faces. You could paint them yourself, that feature exists. Or you can just generate new faces and then it goes and it paints faces for you. So this is only the faces. Is this open source? No. Maybe it will be. Maybe I'll make it open source. Wow, this is cool. Thank you. I use it for my logoing, my logo things. I like the chimp. I started with Rocket Chimp, and then it just became everything became a chimp. I didn't even come up with it. I had an artist come up with Rocket Chimp, and it was a different logo. Then I didn't like the logo, but I kept the idea, and I just made these chimps. So I have all of these different little chimp icons. And the one we're doing now, the most recent project, that's why it's over here all alone. Vid chimp. Little vid chimp. I am making a sprite maker for fun, and it is a pain in the ass. Yes. Okay, you've tried. You know how annoying it is, right? You try to make sprites for you and do things, and it's just such a problem. This, what I just showed you, only works on some types of, like, for example, this keyboard warrior. I tried to duplicate the whole thing that I did and just use it for another image, and it's the image of a sword. And it kind of worked. Kind of. Right, this is a different, maybe if I adjust these levels, because you can adjust them. Like you can edit the areas and generate based on those areas. So legs are like this, hands like that. Maybe I just did it wrong. But you can see like it kind of works. It's not as engaging as I would like it to be. And there was a lot of iterations, like a lot of iterations in this one in particular. This is the only one where I got some proper actions with the feet. Like looks like he's walking. And this is cute. Little X face thing. I think I already showed you keywords.io, right? So you know what all this is for. I'll probably open source it later. I have a page on my to-do list to open source a bunch of projects and make that my project. Because I have a bunch of random things, but all of them need a lot of attention to make sure that when I open source, I don't send all my passwords and everything. Where's Kimmy K? Where is Kimmy K? Olama. Mimo. La Quen. Sonar. Mini. GPT. Nematron, Hermes. Kimmy K. We found the Kimmies. We found the Kimmies. Okay. Can I work on the side? Yeah, this is cool, bro. Keep working on it. Thank you. Okay. You said Kimi K3 is what you said. This is the one, right? And based on the prices, this one seems like the one. So we'll go for it. All right. Okay. Find or generate a list. Actually, I'll use the actual command list videos where where the words "we are live" or something along those lines is said. Scrape through only the ready live videos. I'm gonna also enable this. All right, so same thing, 2 prompts. First, just get the materials and then tell it to build the widget. And then it fails at the widget and then tell it to fix the widget. That's basically going to be the pattern. So we're not even activating the sandbox skill yet. Oh wow, already it's a lot faster. That was a lot faster. I thought we were gonna sit there and wait for a while. But no, done. It only found two though. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say find other clips, add them to this list. They should match the sentiment of we are doing this now. Note, it doesn't have to be verbatim. 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 All right, let's see what Kimmy K does. Kimmy K. BRB. TYT. All right, now it's scraping. Now you can tell. I want to see what Kimmy does. Me too. If it's actually up there, like you're saying, it's on that tier with the opuses, the recent opuses, and the fables and the souls. At that price point, that's kind of crazy. Probably use it a lot as well, especially for API, like Open Router API tasks. Okay. Okay, so it's giving me the direct quotes. Let's see if they match. We don't have to go on every single clip, even though that already does work. But that's an algorithmic thing anyway. All right, we're going to ask Big Pickle and decide matches. I remember that. I have an idea. We're going to build a motivation app. We're going to. Okay, let's do this. All right, let's try it. Okay, let's start the live. It worked. It found those sections. Nice. Very nice. So it understands sentiment very well. You'll be amazed, bro. Wow, you really, really like Kimmy K. Okay. Let's see if I will be amazed. All right, let me prompt this nicely. Create. Okay. What should we do? What should this widget app be? Should we just copy and paste the prompt from before, or should we try something different? What do you think, Prime? This is your project at this point. I'm thinking maybe we just go like completely different. But then I won't know. See, that's the problem. Then I won't know which one I should default to. And I won't know if Kimmy K is better than Opus 5 at this. I really have to go show it to me. Okay. Bye. Come back after or tomorrow or one of the other days. Let me know and I'll open it up so you can see. Take care. Peace. Salam alaikum. Aloha. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna say, create a mood board style. Actually, no. Create a widget which strings together different quotes, kind of like a node, kind of like nodes, like nodes in a sequence. Every 20 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna probably stop the stream soon. Hitting 7. but come back and see it. I have a really good prompt in mind. Kind of like nodes in a sequence of nodes in a chain to demonstrate or to display the ideal sequence that these clips should follow in a compilation video. Also, suggest for each node hooks, discuss or rate it in terms of whether it should be included or not. Yeah, so suggest for each node hooks rated in terms of whether it should be included or not. Yeah, that's fine. Ensure that this entire or that this widget, that this interactive widget is polished, aesthetic, and fully functional. All right, it's a pretty good prompt. Should I leave it there? Let me see. Ensure that this interactive widget is polished, aesthetic, fully functional. I'm gonna add the sandbox. So sandbox underscore create and use the sandbox skill family for this. All right. This is it. This is the last thing. We'll review this and then we'll call it a day. Look for, while this is working, for anyone who watched this video after, still working, yes. For anyone who watched this video after, let me know what you think about this project. Are you interested in it or not? If I don't put the open source link, comment to the chat, the future chat, and tell me about it, and I'll get back to it. If obviously if I don't get that much demand for this in the future after I fully set it up, might as well not put it out, right? So if you think that you would use this, join the live, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and let me know if you want it. Yeah. 404. Are you here to stay? Where have you been? Also, did you change to a cat? I can't tell. I know that you changed, but is that a cat? This is still going. It's thinking. Usually, thinking is good. Maybe it's like triggering thinking mode or something. Oh, it triggered something. Sandbox create. So it's using that tool. Got some IDs. We got some stuff going on. Pastel. It knows about the pastel, even though I didn't trigger the pastel. Didn't say use the pastel style. So that's good. It's not just gonna go do whatever it wants to do. It's nice because this this whole site is built on the pastel style anyway. And so when it builds a widget, it really feels like it's following that style, you know? So it doesn't go and do things that are too out there. Per node hooks and This includes skip rating. Moonshot. Moonshot AI. No, wrong zoom button. Moonshot AI has Kimi K3. What else? What else is notable that they have? Let's see. What else does Kimi K have while it builds what we want it to build? I'm pretty sure they're the ones who had that breakthrough where they use 1 trillion parameters and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, here it is, 2.8 trillion parameters. Beyond their massive Kimi K3 model, which made waves by packing 2.8 trillion parameters into an open weight structure. So I was talking about earlier. The company is notable for pioneering several industry-defining breakthroughs, okay? In long context processing and autonomous systems. Here, the 128K to 2M token push. 2 million parameters, context window is huge. Ultra long context window, that's what it's called. Calling it ultra long. Proprietary architectural innovations. KDA, so Kimi Delta Attention, a proprietary hybrid linear attention mechanism. It bypasses the massive computing bottleneck of typical standard transformers. I think this KDA is how they're able to do, how to pack basically trillions of parameters into a model. And my understanding of it is basically they will only take sections of that training data and those parameters that they need at a time, but I don't know the exact mechanism. That's what I'm hoping to find over here. Nope, that's pretty much it. The KDA is the only thing about it. What's nice is they're very aggressive with open weight. That's very nice because then anyone can do anything with it. All right, so we had the exact same system with, or the exact same issue that we had last time, where going to it didn't produce what I wanted. So I'm gonna say the same thing. The sandbox looks like a sitemap. Ensure that the widget is fully functional. It's my chair, it makes noises. All right. We'll see. We will see just how this works. One thing I already like is that Kimi K did both. It had earlier, it was really quick to respond, like really quick, but then sometimes it's really slow. And so because it's really slow and it can be really quick, I think there's different like levels of depth. It's like determining there's a layer somewhere in the background that determines just how much depth you need, what parameters should be used and shouldn't be used. And sometimes it's a quick answer. You don't need a lot. You just get immediately what you need. Sometimes maybe you should have much more reasoning and processes for the inference. I wonder how the mechanism is set up in the background. Wouldn't it be cool to go see physically the hardware uh, and get the proprietary access? What does it say? It says a proprietary hybrid linear attention mechanism. It'd be nice to see that, whatever that means. Oh, my eye, something got my eye. Even though I have protection in the form of glasses. It's weird. Alright, so here's where we are with this. You can see. Oh, is it done? The widget is rebuilt and reopens in your playground. Cool. Alright, the widget is rebuilt. Let's see. Let me go back. Control Shift R. I Control Shift R'd it and it started the whole thing again. I can go back to playground. Go to the sandbox. Nope, still didn't work. Getting the sitemap only. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I'll just say try again. Again, it's still not working. Prime, when you come back to this, don't worry. I'll finish this part so you can see it. And if you're watching and you're someone else and you've made it this far in a video, probably you want to skip until it actually works. Or if you're just having this as sonic background, I'll continue to talk about things. What we could do is read more about Kimi K, figure out how it works. Oh, we messed up. And there's no stop button. Because this time it's Claude. Okay. What if I just switch like this? Kick off chain, it just took me to sandbox 2, but didn't work. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I know what to do. I'll just go with Claude and say with Claude fix it. It looks like a alright. The version of the sandbox made earlier before we applied fixes should be the version we revert back to. Go to that version, find out exactly why it looks like a don't know if there's persistent memory though. Let's try this. Good, we're learning about it. Find out exactly why it looks like a sitemap. Fix it and ensure that the widget is fully functional. Alright, that's the last attempt. If that doesn't work, Kimike fails. Not smart enough. We're using Opus 5 to compensate, but we'll see. Okay, understood. Claude said it understands. Opus said that. Because it's a person that says things. Understood. Reverting to the first version. Zigzag plus SVG connectors build. Okay. Good, it has access to it. Then diagnosing and fixing it properly. Let me restore that architecture file by file, starting with the shell. Wow. I did add a lot of features, like it's a harness, and I did set it up so that there would be a lot of files, like it can create its own files, its own MD files, like those sorts of things. And it can basically, in the sandbox, behave as if it's a full-blown little, like, not CLI. I don't know if that's how I should say it, but the analogy I gave to make sure that Fable understood what I meant is I want VidChimp to treat the URL basically I put vid.chuv.dev the way that you treat my Windows OS. You have near full control. You can create files, close files, and the mechanics that enable you to do that need to be copied over into VidChimp's access to the website solely for the sandbox. So basically it means that within the sandbox, and then because you're using containers and Docker and the Railway, it lets you add artifact to the image artifacts. Basically, if you don't know what any of this means, it's fine. I kind of half only know what's going on, but basically those are the terms that make this possible. That you can see files and kind of like you have your own little repository within your website. Yeah, and this is failing. This isn't working. Claude did a good job on its own, but as soon as we went over to Kimike, it looks like a sitemap. And if I click refresh, no. Yeah, that's it. If you waited this long and didn't show up, I'm sorry, but that's pretty much the end of the video. We tried. Probably come back to this in another day. It's nice that I can see how many files there are. Like this one has 2 files, this one has 5 files, so I can probably actually come back to this and work on it again. It's not lost on us. That being said, it still didn't work, I think. Yeah, using these, you need really, really powerful models, I guess, if you're gonna build a full little mini UI app. Okay, thank you for watching the video, if you made it this far, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed and liked, do that. It would mean a lot, it would mean the world to me, and come back. I'm gonna do this daily, so come back tomorrow, the day after, and we'll just vibe code. We'll build a bunch of things together, and it'll be fun. All right, bye.